premium reseller for Google Ads for work. Formerly it's known as Google Ads for business. They have renamed it to, rebranded it to Google Ads for work. Okay. So today I'm going to go through this Google. In Google itself, they have about 60 over applications. But today I'm going to go through all. If I go through all, 1 month also I can't cover, and honestly I also do not know most of the application. So what today we're going to cover is more to the related to our business environment, business operation. Okay? Whereby today I will cover on the Gmail. Okay? Gmail itself, I believe everybody is using Gmail. You're using Gmail using the web mail or using the Outlook to retrieve email nowadays? Retrieve and send.
Outlook or web mail? They use Outlook.
Okay. Today I'm going to go through on the Outlook. Okay. I want to let you see how is this Gmail if you're using web mail. So you can do your own comparison which one is more convenient for you. Okay. In Outlook, you can create a folder, you can create rules and so on. Same in Google Mail here also. You can create folder, you can create filter, you can set out office message, and you can have a signature and so on. I will share with you how to do all these things. Okay? Then later we'll be on the Google Doc, Google Contact, whereby you can have all your contacts and also become your personal contact, and also you can create your own personal group in your contact. Contact in Outlook, we call it as a personal phone book. Okay? Calendar. So here, everyone once they have a Google Apps user license already, you will have your own personal calendar. I'm not sure how you configure your calendar. Is share it among your domain. Can you see other people's calendar? No. Then at the admin side, you can configure that. Within your domain, all the employee, you can share among the calendar. Like us, my boss calendar share to me, my calendar share to him, and so on, and other colleague. So it's easy for me to arrange appointment for him, and also he also can arrange appointment for me for the training. Hardly boss arrange appointment, normally it's a staff. Okay? So you also can create your own personal calendar. So everyone will think, wow, my calendar has been shared with everybody know what I'm doing already. Okay? However, you can own your personal calendar. This personal calendar, if you want to share it out, is a private for you. You can do that also. Okay? Next is a Google Drive. Google Drive is where you can store all your documents. Okay? Creating using Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, or Google Form. Is there any marketing people here? Marketing and sales? Okay. So once I will go through a bit of the Google Form, then you find it is probably can save your nightmare. Do you organize a lot of events? So what is a nightmare? Send the reservation form, wait for them, and so on, the database and so on. Okay. So once they have no explore more in the Google Form, it really solve your nightmare. It's happened to me. I find it's very useful for me. Okay. Then after that, we will go to Q&A session. Okay. Okay. Let me share with you some video first before we go on. Give me 1 second. Let me enlarge this one. Let me do the setting to. seen this brief video, do you all find that Google Apps is only for Gmail and calendar or web browser only? It's more than that, isn't it? Okay. I'm not going to go through the slide presentation. If I go through the slide presentation, everyone will fall to sleep. Okay, even myself also fall to sleep. So what I will do is that I'm going to choose the live of my Gmail account here. Okay, so to log on to Gmail, everybody know how to log on to Gmail? You do, huh? So just go to Gmail, login, ID is a username, your user email address, followed by your password. Okay, so when you come here, these are email. Is it familiar with your gmail.com? Is everyone here do not have gmail.com? Who do not have gmail.com? Everybody have gmail.com. Okay? So let's say you know how to use a personal gmail.com, there's no problem for you to use this Google Apps for work. It's the same, they only have some limitation on your personal Gmail only. Okay? Just to share with you a brief one, the difference here, when you log on to your Gmail and log on to your Google Apps, you have your logo here. Do you put a logo here?
Yes.
Yeah? So you have your logo. But when your personal Gmail, you only have your Google logo. You can't change. Okay? Another thing is that Google Apps for work, it basically the data, the user, everything is belong to your company. You can manage your own user. You can manage your own data within your domain. If you say a personal Gmail, you can't make anything. You can't manage anything. Okay? Another difference is that everyone here have 30 gigabyte storage, 30, which is shared with your Drive, your Gmail, and your Google Plus photo. Okay? So you can see here my Drive and Gmail, my Drive about 300 over Mac only. My Gmail have about 2 gigabyte have been used up. But later when I show to you, my Google Drive have a lot of documents. How come it just take out about 300 gigabyte Mac only? Okay, so I will share with you what is the difference. In personal mail, Gmail, you have only 15 gigabyte, 1.5. Okay, so there's a difference. Okay, let me go through this email first. You can see here that you can have a handout. Okay, is anyone using handout here? Only 3, 4, 3 only. Okay, handout you can be like, how should I put, not replace that. It's similar with your WhatsApp, WeChat, or Skype, or even your, what else, the communication in the web. Okay, because handout it comes with already. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, the price that you pay, all this application is in already. This handout is basically useful. See my boss is around now. All this online, okay, and this is my boss, so I can hang out with him, okay. So I'm not sure. Because he's not online in the laptop, he might be online in the mobile. Okay? So in Google, you can access your information at any devices, any time, any platform, any browser. There's no limitation. Okay? So in here, I'm chatting with him. I can do a video conferencing with him also. So, need to make sure that he's just good. He don't do a video conferencing. Okay? So in here, we also can do a video conferencing. Okay? With the third party. Okay? So like here, sometimes I have conduct one training. They have Malaysia office here. They also have an office in Dubai. Okay? Unless the customer willing to pay my air ticket, accommodation, go back, fly to Dubai to do the training. Okay? So no. So what is this? Oh, he's on the move, so I can't. Okay? Driving. Okay? So he cannot because moving my after driving is dangerous. Okay? So basically you can do a video conferencing whereby you can have this is a video conferencing. So probably Let me try with my personal. Okay. This is my personal. I can do a video conferencing for my personal. Then my phone here will be ringing. Okay. I can hide my picture here also. Because normally on the video call, I will like hide myself. I do not able to see my face. Okay. So I can do a video call here also. Okay. So I can hang up. So in the video call here, just now you can see that I can have a sharing the document also. So meaning that now I'm doing the training, I can share my document presentation over, then the other side will receive the same screen from me. So meaning that just now I mentioned, I conducted training in Malaysia, I also conducted training for the Dubai user. The Dubai customer will be connect. I will do a handout with him, with her, so he will just like connect here, I will share my screen over, then he just project out. So I'm conducting training for 2 sites. Without physically, I go to Dubai. It's useful also when you have a weekly meeting, or maybe like monthly meeting, that you need to travel down to outstation, because traveling really take time. Okay? Like now we practice to work from home also. It saves a lot of the timing of the traffic. Okay? In like 1 hour or 2 hours, I can do a lot of things. Okay? So I will hang up. I end the call. Okay? So from here also you can have a group meeting, group hang up to 15 users, 1 file at the same time, as long as you have internet connection. Okay? So I end it. So this on the handout. Okay. Next, when you come to here, you can see that you have an inbox, star, and so on. And on top of here, you can see that I have a folder. This is my main folder, and all these my subfolder. In Outlook, we all call it a folder. In here, we call it as label. Okay? So the difference between here is that label here, I can have 1 email, put it into a multiple labels. Okay? For example, this one. Let me show you one example. For example, this one, you can see that this email is sent by Eileen to customer. Put me in the loop because I need to invoice customer. But I'm not going to go to invoice customer every day or every hour. So it's very time consuming. I will invoice it batch by batch, every half an hour. And then half a month, I will bill to the customer for the add-on user. So to remind myself to bill the customer, what I do is that every time I receive email from Eileen, I will put it under the label invoice. So now this email actually is in the Eileen labels and also invoice label. Okay, anything that I change either of this label, it will change at the same time. It's a real time. In Outlook, it's different. Okay, you have 1 email, probably the email is from Eileen, then you copy an email to invoice for add-on, but if you make changes in either one of the email here, it will not update the other folder. Correct? So this is the good thing about webmail here. Okay? And let's say I have invoice already, I just remove, cross. If let's say I want to put it back, I just drag and drop the labels. That's it. Is it easy? Okay? Next one, you will find how to create all this table. Okay? Before I go to the labels, when you come to here, you can see that my email has 4 in brackets, 7, 8, 31. What is all this? In Outlook, you have 1 line per message. Correct? Okay. This one, we call it conversation wheel. By default, if you go to the webmail here, all your conversation wheel is on. Meaning that any email with the same subject title, they will put it in 1 email. The email sent by customer to me, I send it to reply back to him or her, or I forward to my boss, or I forward to a technical, or I send item, all will be combined in 1 email. Okay? However, user itself, you can on and off anytime you like. Okay, how to do that? You go to setting here. You scroll down, look for the conversation view. By default it's on. You off it. Then you save. Once you off it, all the incoming mail will be in your inbox. All the items that you send will be in the send item. All the draft or forward will be at the send item. So you can see here that now even all this is the same subject, it will be under one line. So you can see I have about 2,000 plus only because some of it is a send item, some of it in the other labels. And you can on and off anytime you want. Okay? So depends on what is the usage. For me last time I didn't get used to see all combined together. Okay? So I off it. But one time I searched for the email, I found that this email I sent it to my boss before, and I sent it to technical before, and I did reply to customer. How come I cannot find the email? Okay, so I need to scroll down and so on. So it's convenient for me to have a conversation view on. So once I find the information, it's all in one email, easy for me to track. Okay, so it depends on individual how you want to see your viewing of your email. Okay. Next, how to create labels? Yes.
Into the conversation with 31 message, how do you see all the messages inside the 31?
I just click. You can expand. Okay? You can expand. Because all the title is the same, the subject title is the same. If let's say I reply to customer or reply to my boss, I edit the subject, he will take up from that 31 message already, it will be a new one.
In the middle, what have I, say for example, I remember that I sent out this conversation, but it may be one of the 31 message. How do I go into that and check?
First of all, you want to search what are the things that you want to check. What is the word or criteria?
Inside the email.
Yeah. What is the criteria that you want to check? Because on the search of the email, you can do a search here. Okay? For example, I want to search for from Kelly regarding payment, or maybe from, I use that previous one, Kokong. Any email from Kokong has attachment. You let's say can remember the PO number, you can put in your PO number. You can have a multiple criteria. Okay? So let's say I have attachment. So I have about all these attachment. So your meaning that let's say I go to this invoice, this email, I want to search for the word. Okay? So what you can do, you can control F. Because in here you can't like search within that email chain. But he will let you know that this one got attachment. And when you scroll down, this one also have attachment. Those who do not have attachment, he did not expand for you. Because I put has attachment. If let's say I put Caillou, then have a PO number that I remember. Then have a, when you open this one, the email that he found, he will expand that message for you. For example, let's say I open this one. So you expand this one. The rest, it will not expand for me. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. The personal one is different from here because personal one you have to go into each and every message to expand the content.
Because I be same what?
Same.
Same? It's the same. It's the same. Unless you do conversation view off. Off, then you need to one by one. Okay? Okay, how to create all these labels? There's a few ways to create labels. But I want to show you the standard ways how to create labels. First, you go to setting. Under the labels here. Okay. Then you go to create label, new label. I will put it Rokong because I do not create a new one. You can put this one as the main labels or sub label. And also can have sub label. Okay. So from here I will put under sub-label because Qualcomm is under customer label. So I put under customer, then I create. Is it there already?
I think yes, we already have enough.
Sorry. If you do not have, you can just create. Okay? So you can see here, once you created, you can change the color. Okay, you can change your color, what color that you prefer. For me, gray is here is closed already. Okay, red is lost. Okay, blue is in progress. Okay, this is my own label. So it depends on individual how you want to label your label color. Okay, why you want to label? Because basically you can see once you open this one, you can see the where is this email belong to which label they have. It's more colorful rather than all black and white. Okay. So from here, once you have all this already, the next thing, we call it as filter. From Outlook, you call it as rules. Okay? Rules meaning that any email from certain people or group or based on the domain, it will automatically go into that labels or folder. In Google, they call it filter. So every email comes from Qualcomm or any customer that I have here, okay, he will directly go to the labels here, and I don't want it to display in my inbox. How do I know whether the email have or don't have that I received from customer and I miss out? Let's say I put into the folder here, labels here. Don't worry because from here, if let's say you don't expand the label here, you can see that it will be bold color. Meaning that there's an incoming mail is in this label. Okay, so you can expand it and see where is the mail belong to which customer. Now here customer I have one, so I just expand it. So I can see there is KDDI one. The rest do not have a email from me. Okay? How to create this auto route to these labels? It's pretty simple. Again, a lot of ways. I'm not going to show you all the ways, but I'll show you one simple way is that you go to setting here again. Can you see the filters? Click on the filters. You can see I have a lot of filters here. So I go to create new filter. In here, email from, you can set as individual or by the domain name. So for me, I will set it as a domain. .net, okay. To who I don't want to care. I want to receive any email from Qualcomm.net, regardless who sent to me. Okay. I don't want to include the chatting. Okay. You can have all these subject and so on. But for me, any email from Qualcomm.net, any email from customer, then I will go to create filter with this email, with this search. And you can skip the inbox if you want to. If you don't want, then you still have one email at the inbox and also in the labels. Okay? So I skip and then I apply to where? So I will apply to customer Qualcomm. And you also can have all these criteria if you want to. You want to mark it as a red already or star red, okay? Or you want to like have a skin response. Later I'll show you what this skin responses is. Okay? And if not, because sometimes you can find there is some matching here, so you just apply for your existing email. So you apply, then create. Okay? So now in Qualcomm, that one is Qualcomm.net, isn't it? Okay. Create filter. So I can edit the Qualcomm.net. Edit. Okay. So you can see there's 49 in my inbox. Okay. So I just click OK. Update my filter. Then now all the email from my inbox with Chrome.net will be moved to my Chrome folder here, labels here. Can you see that? All is here already. Initially, all these in my inbox. Okay? So all these, you can see that this is a calendar acceptance from the user itself. Okay? So any question on the filter? Labels, conversation view? No. Okay, huh? You can create multiple labels and create multiple filters. Okay, next one is when I compose a message, will you have a full screen? Everyone have a full screen? Or when you compose, it's just at the bottom right. Okay, those who do not have a full screen when you compose a new message, you can do like this. You just compose a message. Let's say first time is on your right hand corner, right bottom. You just expand. When you expand already, you just put default to full screen. That's it. Then in future, every time when you compose new message, it will give you full screen. It is only at this moment only apply for the new message only. Like you reply forward, everything still in the small, then you need to expand it. Okay? Hopefully Google can improve on that also. Okay? So from here, since I'm here already, when you compose email, you can compose multiple email at the same time. Okay? So you can compose here, then after that come here, depends on your screen. Because my screen here is quite small, so I can only open one. Okay, let's say I didn't connect to the projector, I can open two. Depends on the screen size. Okay. So from here you can see, let me trace this one. Once I compose, I'm not going to go through all this. This is quite standard. Font, formatting and so on. So what I like to highlight here is that this is the attachment. This is where you attach a file into your email. Let's say your attachment is about 2 MB, it will pick up 2 MB space. Okay, this is as an attachment from your physical storage, local hard disk or your file server and so on. Okay, this is a normal procedure that you have to attach the file to send out or share it in your colleague. The next one is the insert file using Drive. Meaning insert a file that you have created a document in your Google Drive. Google Drive is similar with your file server or file storage locally. Later I will go into Google Drive. What is this Google Drive? When you insert file using Google Drive, it didn't insert as an attachment. He insert as a sharing. He didn't attach the document into your email. So that's why my email here, the storage is only 2 GB. Okay, because I need to send invoice to customer in PDF format, so it will take up the subspace. But yes, I insert this presentation, I share this presentation to Winnie. Okay, I didn't attach the document, it didn't take up my space. Okay? Like link and smiley face, I'm not going to go through because I believe everybody knows how to use that. Limitation is basically about, I can't recall, but I have a limitation, sending limitation. There is. So for your one is about 5 MB, if I'm not mistaken. Unlimited is 5 TB per file. For your licensing is about 5 MB per file. But once we have implemented Google Apps, we will practice to share the file, even non-Google documents. Okay, so you will save all your files, it will reduce the uploading or downloading time also.
So in the Drive there is no limitation.
The Drive, the document that you create using Google Doc, okay, Google Sheet, there's no storage occupied. Non-Google document, yes. So later I will share with you the difference. So after that you will find that I would like to use Google Doc instead of Microsoft Office. Okay? In terms of management, you will save money. You're telling Microsoft, isn't it? Sorry. But internally, you will find it's very cost effective because you have invested in the Google Apps already. Okay? Okay. So from here, you can see that I have a default signature. This we bought third party to come up with this signature. For those who do not have, the user can do a signature by yourself. Later I will show to you
So
how.
the administrator control on the signatures because we don't want the user just to change any signature as they like and
Okay.
send out email on behalf of.
For this signature that we have, okay, it's set up by admin, but we bought third party.
I see.
So if let's say you do not have a third party, the
Can we
user
lock the signature and control by the administrator?
signature this one.
Yeah. Let's say we create a template for signature. So we want everyone to have a standard signature.
Mhm.
So we want to lock it so that the user cannot change it.
No, unfortunately no. Because in here setting, the user setting, they can change their
I
signature.
see.
Unless I can check out for you whether administrator can take up this no signature, there must be signature. Because for me, for us, I can have no signature or signature. I will check out that one
Because
to
we don't want-
disable all the user that no signature. But the user can make changes on this signature.
I see.
Because this one we have third party,
Yeah.
even I make changes also.
Yeah.
Next time when I log out, log in again, log out, log in again, I still have my own default signature.
Yeah.
This is on the third party. If not, then user can still make changes on this signature. If you want to have like ours, I can share with you which signature that we use. If you want, I can share with you. Okay. So in the signature part, just to share with you, but also depends on company policy whether you allow to change the signature or not. But you can make changes here. But this one depends on company policy because some of the customer they do not allow user to change discriminant note and so on. I think my technical have provide you how to set the discriminant note, isn't it? The footer. So you can do that. That one user cannot change it. Okay. Next. Where am I already? Compose email. Okay. So from here you can see that whenever that you compose email here, I can delete off my signature also. Okay. So from here I would like to share with you on the CAN responses here. Okay. So from here, every user should have this CAN responses. If you do not have the CAN responses, when you click on this arrow here, more options. If you cannot find these CAN responses in your email here, what you can do, you go to setting, go to labs, search for CAN. Okay, when you search, you will display, your default will be disable. When you search your result, you disable, you enable it. Click on enable. Okay, then you save. For me, I have enabled already. Okay. So after that, when you come to here, more option, you can have a CAN responses. Your CAN responses will be quite empty. Okay, you only have save and delete. Because for me, I have a lot of CAN responses already. What is this CAN responses? CAN responses is so-called like your email template that will be used regularly, repeating and repeating at the same time. Okay? Like for me, if let's say I receive any inquiry from the web, general inquiry, it's quite standard for me to ask some questions. Instead of typing the same old paragraph, sometimes typo error, time consuming and so on, what I do is that I have a CAN responses here. I just go to the inquiry reply. Then I just here, for example, Mr. Chan, I can use a name for a while. Okay.
No problem.
So then I would like to, okay, is it all this is, you can like just delete off all these. Maybe I want to delete off all these. Then you can send it out. Okay. How to create all this is basically it's pretty simple. You just create new message. For example, I just create a simple one. Dear all, thanks for your time this morning, for example, okay? Then I put best regards. That's all. Okay? So then I can save this CAN response for my future usage. So how to do after you type in already? You go to the Keying response here. Under the save, you can see this insert. It's a bit blur here, but your one will be have a under the save here. Then you can see new Keying responses. You just click on it and then you name your Keying response. Okay, I just put Kurtong, then I click OK. So in future, I want to use this one. I just go back to Keying response and insert. Then I send. That's all. Like add on invoice and so on. So the statement is the same. Okay, so is it simple? Okay, you can create multiple. At this moment, there's no limit of your Keying responses. You can delete your Keying responses also. From here, there is a delete button. This is under save, this is under delete. Like this one view, I have a standard one, I just send it out. Okay, this one I use my view merge. Okay, so today I'm not going to cover view merge because it's quite long. Okay, to understand. Okay, and also make sure that you all may have noticed that every time when I type, okay, I do not need to save my message. In Outlook, you need to save, correct? Accidentally power off, consider your notebook is battery low, so you have to retype again because when you type the time you still have imagination what to type, blah, 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 blah. Sekali is Kong, then I have to come back to the inspiration to type. Okay? So from here you can see that whatever that I type, he will save for me. And even if let's say I don't want, it will save under the draft for me already. So you don't have to worry about saving your message. Okay? So if let's say I don't want, I just type discuss the draft. That's it. Okay? So this on the email. So any questions so far? Anything that you'd like to know about the email side?
I think everyone is also concerned about currently they are using Upload and they want the data. If they let's say they move to web Google, what happens to Outlook's data? Can they migrate the old data into
Yes,
Google?
you can. Okay, that one we call it as Microsoft. If let's say you all have made decisions that all the users use the webmail, Google webmail. Okay, to share with you why we encourage users to use webmail, because in the webmail you can access your information anytime, any devices, especially on the Android phone. I'm familiar with Android phone, Android phone, iOS, iPhone. You can use, but how to set up? Sorry to say that I'm not that familiar with. But in Google itself, they have a guideline for you to set up. Okay. So if let's say you want to migrate all your email from your Outlook from the day when you receive email, or you want to have a cut-off time, okay, to move to Google, you can do that. Meaning, okay, for example, you say you have moved to Google last year October, correct? End of September lah. So probably you say, okay, maybe you want to say, or you want to make it standardized, or you want to standardize also can. You let's say want to make it standardized. All users can migrate their email dated 2014, okay, 1st January 2014, or migrate to Google Apps. Those before 2013, okay, you still can retrieve your email using your Outlook because you still have your PST file. It will not lose. Okay, so at least there are cut-off time. For IT also easy to manage. Or you say don't want to migrate. Your old email still can retrieve from your Outlook because you still have your PST file. And when you do migration, that one we call it as a client migration because all your email is under the client desktop or laptop already. The PST file, you might have a multiple PST file because PST file you can have some limit on it. Okay, so you cannot have one PST file for whole the day one until now. So it depends on how you want to manage because we also have some customer only top management, okay, VIP, migrate all the email to webmail. The user will still maintain your Outlook data, then you can retrieve the email to Outlook. Okay, but with the maybe October 1st, 2014, all the email received or sent using webmail. So it depends on you. What are the standardization that you like to have?
How you do the migration?
Migration, we do have a tools. I need to search for the tools for you. I can share to
You
Winnie.
can share to Winnie later.
Then Winnie, you can like
Yeah,
go through.
yeah.
Then you can like because the migration is basically done by the user laptop. Okay. So because you have 150 user license, so whether you want to upgrade all or you want to ask them to do it themselves.
Do you provide slide?
Yeah, there is a slide.
Yeah, you can later
Yeah,
on. You
because
can,
actually it's quite simple.
I think we move on as a migration later. You can show it to Winnie,
Yeah.
right? Then let Winnie
Yeah.
do the migration.
So just now you are saying that the labels, right, there are multiple ways to create the labels. Just now you show us one. Can you have another simplified one, like maybe just right click?
Yeah, you can have come here. Okay, like this one. Support. I can like label. This is the label. If I do not have a label here, I can just create label. New labels here. Matrix support. I would like to put under. Where is my matrix? This customer. So number 2. So I create. Okay, so now it's under matrix support.
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to remove it because this is my usage. Okay, there's a few ways to do that. Even you can do the search here. I'll do the search. Okay. I can put here, create a filter or move on to the labels. So meaning create filter, this one are the way to create filter also. Then skip, apply to which label. If let's say I do not have a label, I can just new label. A lot of ways. Okay, depends on how you want, which way that is convenient to you. Filter also the same. Okay, because in here also when you come to inbox here, when you scroll down, you go to more, you can create labels here also. Manage your label here. A lot of ways. Even sometimes customers have this field, so you got. Okay? So this on the email environment. So any questions so far? If not, then yeah.
So I show them the feeds.
Sorry again?
Feeds.
Feeds?
The background feeds.
Oh,
A bit funny.
okay. You go to setting. But if let's say your theme is too colorful, too heavy, when you're loading the time is a bit slow. So that's why for business and so on, I would like to have a plain one because it's speak on my business operation. Okay. So in here, you can go to the setting, go to themes, then you can change. Okay. Once you change that, for example, candy. Okay, it will change for you. Okay, for me, I prefer to have that one. Easy for me to look for the information. Okay, so you can change the theme whatever, which theme that you want. Like David said, sometimes it's a bit boring with black and white. So you like to change today. I'm in good mood, so I want to change the theme to a funny day. If today I'm very sad, very bored, I will change it to the dark one. Okay, depends everyone. Okay, so it's very flexible. Okay. So now, if no questions, I will move on to the yes.
Inbox, right? I can open view screen or not for the other sender?
You mean I like to open
Person send
this
or-
one? You
At
only
one
can
time,
open one.
got two.
Like Outlook, right? You can open. They can open like a lot of emails at the
Unless
same
you
time.
go for configure multiple screen. When you reply or compose email, you can have a multiple email. But when you view that time, you only can view one.
Okay.
Unless you go for the multiple, you do the setting. This one. You only can view one email at the same time. But you can have like a right hand side to view your information of the email. Okay, let me see. Let me go to my details. Need to set up. I think I set already. The one on the right hand side. You can have multiple walk-in box. Okay. Then you can have. Can't recall how to do the setting. Because I hardly use that one. When you have an email here, okay, you can have a right-hand corner to display your email. Okay. This one is the ticker. Okay, like this one, I can have all these emails. But you only can display one email at one time. When you open the email. In Outlook, you can open like, you open this one, then later you open another one, and so on.
You open 10 emails, even.
But you will be confusing. You open so many emails after you reply to the wrong email, then how? But when you reply the time, you can have multiple. Like let's say this one I reply, I open this one. Okay. So you can have all these email, vertical or horizontal. Okay. So for me, here's my screen here is quite small, so it's too many, so I prefer to open more tiny. Okay. But one more thing that I like to share with you, in your personal email, you have like social promotion and so on the tab here. Okay. That one we call it all these promotion update and labels. Okay. It will display on top of here. It's same in your Google Apps for Work. Okay. So you can see I have social, I have promotion, I have updates. Okay. So again for business, I would like to have a plain one. But for my personal one, I do have all this social and promotion only. Updates and so on, I don't want to display. But however, all these email that in the social or promotion is still in the primary and also is still in your all mail here. All mail is that all the email in your account, incoming, outgoing, draft, send out, forward, and so on, all is inside this email. So you can see here my all mail is only 16,000 only. Actually, it's counting 1, 2, 3, 4. If I conversation off already, it's more than that. Okay, so in searching of the email, normally by default Google will do all mail. It's not unless you want to specify to which folder, which label they want to search for the email. Okay, meaning that let's say you do a search here. Okay, when you do a search here, it will search all mail. Unless you want to specify, I only want to search under Kukom. You can do that also. Okay, then you do a search. So by default, it will go to all mail. Correct? So let's say sometimes you say, customer sent me the email already, I do not receive it. The next thing, the first thing you like to see is that, try go to the spam here. Spam folder here. You can find the email here. Okay? Because I have customer, the new customer, send me the email. I say, how come so long, 1 hour already also haven't sent to me? So I come to here, spam. Okay, when you spam first time, you can, when you click on the document, so click on the email, you put not spam. So in future, when your customer send to you, it will not go to the spam folder anymore. Okay, so for you, Google here, the spam feature is not so many spam email that I receive nowadays, because they will what's called that? Go through, filter all the email that they receive. If let's say they suspected there is a virus in the email that other people send to me, so the virus it will not send to you. The email will not reach to you. Previously, old time when I used personal Gmail, he did send to me, but when I want to open, he alert me. But now, it do not send to me at all. Any attachment file, especially they detect there is a virus or suspicion, they will not send to you in Google. Because that's, I think 20 years or 10 years ago, they did send to me in my personal Gmail. Even now, Gmail also do not have. I did not receive any email that is a virus. They scan the email first and the attachment before they send to the recipient. Okay? So any question on the email so far?
So how about the contact we have like?
Yeah, I'm going to use that. So before I go to contact, is it okay on the email? So do you all want to start to use webmail?
So if we accidentally mark it as a spam, how can I remove it?
Sorry again?
If we accidentally mark it as a spam mail, and then all the email from the user, the email address will be go to the spam mail, right?
Yes.
And then how can we remove it from
Yes.
the spam if
Because now I don't have spam. Okay? So you have a spam here, you click on the email, you will have a button here, not spam or delete forever. So you say, oh, this is not spam. So you click on not spam. In future, the user or your customer send to you, it will not go to the spam folder already. It will go to your inbox.
But the first time when I accidentally click it, right? So
Click it as a,
as a spam.
oh, it will, when it's not a spam, you can't click on the spam here. Because Google will scan all your email first before deliver to you. Okay, so in here you can't click this one as a spam. There's no button for you to click as a spam. Unless you want it to be, because your question probably is so called like when you receive
I mean,
those.
like add the email address as the save list. Save list.
Sorry again?
Save list email address.
But you say, probably I send an email to you.
Yeah.
Okay, you
And
say
I
that mine
accidentally
is
click
a
it
spam.
And then
Why you
know-
make it as a spam first of
No,
all?
I mean like I accidentally click it.
You can't accidentally
How
click it
you
as a spam.
accidentally?
Or you can
For my
put
personal, I-
report
I
only.
did, it's happened and then later on then
How-
I go to
how low,
the setting there.
How
How
low?
long was it?
How low, eh?
No.
Where
Google Mail.
Google Mail.
How?
you
And then
can't
you have to go
accidentally
to the
click spam.
setting there
Unless you
and
click
then
here
to
report
remove-
spam.
Remove it as the unblocked email and then go to the save list.
Where did you click on? Because in here, like for this email, I can't click spam accidentally unless I come to here, report as a spam.
I think it's the setting, the time, when we set the email, Google Mail in the setting, I think all is set. But I think the one, check it out. Then also one thing to add on, you see right now with Google Mail, webmail, you don't have to delete. In other words, when you go for holiday those days, your email box all jam up because it didn't actually down to your client. So you can't receive email because there's a limitation during those days.